Hello, Green Spring, and anybody else who's listening. Welcome. Today is Tuesday. What date is it? July 16th, is it? Yeah, July 16th, 2019. I'm Fran Duvall, your host for today, and I'm really happy to meet two people that are here for us from Home Support, and that is Emma Hanson, who is the Home Support Manager. Hello, Emma.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
And also Gary Labecki. Did I say that right?
You did. Very good.
And you are the office coordinator.
That's correct, yes.
We'll figure out what that means soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And see how that very important department here at Green Spring is operating and what you might be telling us and what you need or anything. So
Yes,
who's
we
going to
do.
start?
Yes, I'm going to start. Today, I decided to bring Gary Labecki because usually we have most of the residents asking about their long-term care. Some of them even have a long-term care insurance that they didn't know about. So that's when Gary usually steps in to assist them. So we're just here to update the resident that anytime you need help with your long-term care insurance, you can always contact Home Support, and Gary or myself will be able to assist you.
Oh, that's terrific news,
Yes.
really.
Yes.
Yeah, it can get lost in a shuffle, huh?
Yes.
Now,
yes, exactly.
if a person, you're only dealing with people in independent living or
Independent, anyone who needs
or
to,
even in Garden Ridge people?
Garden Ridge, they have their
They
own.
have their own.
That's correct.
That's right,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify
Sure,
that.
not a problem.
For the residents, yeah.
Basically, what I just want to do is update everyone that we are available to help assist you as a third party with your long-term care. We get a lot of calls saying, I have long-term care insurance, I'm not exactly sure what I do for the process piece of it. Well, the first thing that anyone should do is make sure you are updated on your own policy. Get a copy of it. Read it over, see exactly what's available to you for what you've been paying your premiums on. If you're not sure you have the policy, check with family members as well. A lot of people bought their policies 20, 30, maybe even 40 years ago. So they don't even know what their policy covers. So the first thing is find your policy, contact your long-term care insurance company. There are several out there you might have. A lot are like John Hancock, Unum, Cigna, MetLife, etc. And just to look and see what your daily limits are, what your lifetime limit is, what types of services are covered. It's a great source to use if you just to help offset your costs on a monthly basis. We have a lot of residents or family of the residents who just want to find out what they're afraid to contact the long-term care because they figure if they contact them that they have to use it. You don't. It's just being informed. And like I said, if it's something that you feel you should be using now or can use to help you, perfect. And then they'll send you an application. At that point, if you need my assistance, I'll go over the application with you.
Sure.
In the office, I'll come to your residence if you want me to, because I know it's a big community, and sometimes it's very hard to get down to where we are. So I have no problems. I'd be more than happy to come to your resident and go over the policy with you.
Good, good.
And just be informed. That's the main piece of it at this point.
Knowing when it kicks in is also
exactly
because
once you get the application, it's a 0 to 100 day elimination period. So a lot of residents don't realize that. It's not, I want to use it.
What does that mean, an elimination period?
That's basically for the long-term care insurance company, they like to assess what services you're using at the time and the consistent services you're using. And it can be 0 to 100 days, anywhere in between there. But a lot of residents think it's calendar days. It's days of use. So if you only use it 5 days a week, well, that's 20 per month, 20 days per month. If you only use it twice a week, well, it's going to take you quite a while to hit that 100 days.
To get to the 100, yeah.
Right. So a lot of resident family think it kicks in right away as soon as they fill out the application. So they need to be mindful of that they'll still be paying for their long-term care because we are private pay. So you're still going to be paying for it. And even a lot of residents and residents' family don't realize that when you are, you still pay for your services. then the long-term care insurance companies will reimburse you for that
Reimburse,
insurance.
yes.
And it's on a monthly basis. So the same as when you get your Greenspring bill, I will then send off just the home support service bill to your long-term care between the 5th and 7th of the month. And then approximately about 15 to 20 days later, that's when you'll get your check for reimbursement.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very important, like I said, to understand those pieces, because I do have residents thinking as soon as I send it in on the 5th or 6th, that by 2 days or 3 days later, they're going to get a reimbursement check, and it's not quite that.
Well, I
that
think
fast.
most of us who have ever dealt with insurance companies understand this.
Yes.
But the thing is that a lot of long-term care, and my own long-term care, does not kick in until 90 days. I mean, I had it for 30, and then my financial advisor said, "You don't need to do that. You can do fine until 90 days. You know,
Correct.
with what money you have, and et cetera."
That's correct.
So, but it gets complicated. I mean, we would need someone like you to interpret some of those services and maybe read the fine print that we haven't quite.
Because there are some that, you know, reimbursement is normally around $250 per day. Now, I just had one recently where it wasn't anywhere near the $250 per day. It was depending on the policy that you have. Not every policy with every insurance company is the same.
Yeah.
And I've had a resident who policy that every year that they had the policy, that they were given an extra 2% added to their daily.
Correct.
So that can add up if you've had it for 30 years or 40 years. So that's also good. And know what your lifetime limit is. That helps determine when you might want to start using it.
And fortunately, most of the insurance companies, I think, send an annual letter to you to say, this is your current premium, this is your lifetime limit, blah, blah, blah.
And this is where you are with your lifetime limit.
Yeah, and so, you just have to pay attention to those things when they come in and put them in the proper folder.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we do keep all that information on in-house here for you as well. But like I said, we are their third party, and I try to be your advocate for you. If you're not getting your payments on time, I will contact the insurance company for you and just try to work with you and them.
It can be heartbreaking sometimes when people are really ill and they don't have somebody to advocate for them.
Right, and you might have a family member who doesn't live around here.
That's
and
right.
so it's nice to know that there's somebody in-house that they can contact via phone or email.
Right.
And a lot of the family members as well, they want a copy of what was sent to the long-term care, just for home support. I'm more than happy to email that to them as well, just so they're aware of what they're being
Well,
reimbursed
Gary,
And one more thing I'll add that is, usually when we send out the monthly statement to the insurance company, sometimes the resident don't get the reimbursement right away. But the issue is sometimes they call us back and say they didn't receive the fax, so which means we have to end up resending all the documentation again. So I really want to clarify that sometimes it happens maybe once in a while. They will say, you know, we'll get a call and say, how come I haven't received my reimbursement? It's been like 2-3 months. The issue is they end up not getting it, then we have to refax the documentation.
Yeah, and you have to remember the insurance companies are getting all this by fax just from me. Maybe 80, I have probably about 80 residents that use it at this point. Now that's just from here. So just think of all the
of
other
course, the other
that they're getting. So everything's
providers
by
that
fax.
are doing that.
So some things can slip through the cracks when it gets to them.
Now, you mentioned that you all mentioned coming, if you want to come down to your office.
Okay.
Tell us all where your office is. I mean, let us advise the residents again where you're located so they know where to come down.
Yeah, we are located at Village Square T level by the Forest View. So you come to the lobby of Village Square front desk, you take the elevator to the second, the elevator on the second floor, you take it to the T level, which is closer to the Forest View. You walk a little bit down the hallway and you're going to see like home support, and sometimes it says home health. We are in the same office.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you know where the where people like to do their Wee Bowl, that's where we're located.
I mean, I know,
and you get it.
Because we have a lot of residents that know that by
And that
now.
T level there in Forest View is it's going to become even more exciting when Treasure Chest opens
That's
down there.
correct.
Yes,
Then
yes.
everybody's going to know where you are.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes, yes.
exactly.
And Gary and I were just talking about that. Now people are going to know where home support is,
Yeah.
because usually when they come down there, they say, "Oh, I have a hard time finding where it is."
Yes, exactly.
That's correct.
exactly.
And the gym will be there for a short while
And
too.
the gym will be there for
right
a while.
across
so,
from us. So
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to pick up business, let me tell you.
yes.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
How's your staffing there?
I would say our staffing is going on very, very well, because every week we have about 4. The minimum is about 2 interviews weekly. So I would say currently we have a good staffing volume. Yeah.
That's good, so
Yes.
people will have someone there if they need them to
Yes,
come and
we-
help them in their apartments or whatever.
Yes, yes,
that is the aides I'm talking about,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes, please. Yeah.
And then you don't handle the nursing staff, though.
But I do assist the clinical managers whenever it's needed.
I see.
Yes, so I still do that.
Okay. So now, have there been an increase in your need with this quarantine we're under? Have you found that you need to have more aides to be going into apartments?
Not necessarily, because most of our clients are already in independent living, and since the quarantine is not in independent living, we haven't had the need for that yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
our aides still go to Garden CC to assist.
They are. Some
Yes,
of them are
yes,
going over
yes. Some
there.
of them are
I
going
see.
there to
Okay.
assist whenever it's needed.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, do they get hazard pay for going in for to going into Garden Ridge right now? I probably shouldn't have said that, but anyway. We hope that this will be lifted at some point.
Yes, and that's what we are hoping for.
Yeah.
Yes, and I just want everybody to know that whenever the need arises, home support will be there.
Now, Emma, how long have you been here?
I've been working for Erickson for 15 years now.
Have
As
you?
a matter of fact, I was 15 years July the 6th.
Wow.
Yes, yes, and I'm striving to go the next 30 years.
You've been here almost as long as I.
Oh, wow, good, yes. I
So
have,
that's
yeah.
great. And how long have you been here,
approximately
Gary?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Gary's one, and I see walking in the halls, and I'm always going, "Who is that guy? Where does he work?" You know, because I know you have an ID badge on, so I know you work here, but I never quite. Usually, you're coming up or down staircases.
Yes.
Not
'cause
that I'm in the staircase, but
Because
he's
I normally
coming
have
out
to
the
go
door.
to either Town Center or Garden Ridge to pick up the completed receipts from the that the aides have done for the day,
I see.
so I can complete those for billing and payroll.
Wow, sounds like you're really fortunate to have him.
Oh, yeah, very, very. Yeah, he's a valuable member to our
Yeah,
team. Yes,
yeah.
yeah, he does. He does a lot of work. And sometimes I do assist him. I say, Gary, can I go to CC and pick up your receipt for you? Yeah.
And
so
I'm very
I do.
happy to let somebody else walk all that way.
Now, how many people are in the office for the office staff? Not the aides, but
The office that currently we have 3 schedulers. Then we have 1 clinical manager, then myself as an assistant manager, and Gary being the office coordinator.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's 5,
5.
6.
Yes, then we
5.
have Christine Van der Dres as the administrator for home support and home health.
That's Rodriguez. You
Yes,
said. Yeah. Okay.
Christine Van der Dres.
Okay. Wow. Well, and you're the. You know, it says here that you're the home support manager.
I'm the
you just
assistant manager.
identified yourself as an assistant
Assistant
manager.
manager, yes, please.
Okay. Well, you don't want to get tagged with that. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a few more minutes. Is there anything else you want to tell our residents and about your department?
I would say currently our department is going on very well. A couple of months ago, we did roll out the 2 hours minimum, and surprisingly, I mean, all the residents did embrace it, and they're having the best quality of care that they
Okay.
need. So it was a smooth process.
Okay. And do you do departmental surveys with your clients, or is that in the drill when you are getting excused from an apartment. Or
Yeah, we do departmental surveys, like especially we also do like post-admission surveys. Let's say if we have a
Okay.
new client, the first 24 to 48 hours, we will do a post survey, you know, to find out how the services is going and how
Right.
best we can assist them.
Yeah.
So we do departmental survey too.
I personally, a number of years ago, used the home support services.
Okay.
Well, home health originally, and then home support.
Okay.
And I could only testify to the good results I had.
I'm glad to
working
hear
with
that.
them and so forth. And it was a smooth operation then. That was, I don't even know what year that was. And so when the home health people, do you all have like inter-office meetings with them, or do you try not to duplicate services and stuff with the health people and the support people?
Like when it comes to the home health, like usually we have some of our aides, like they are being trained by the home health department. So whenever they need home support aides to assist them over there, we do crossover because
I see.
together we are one team. So at the same time, we have some of the home support aides that work for home health and at the same time work for home support.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just that the documentation for each department is different. So in order for you to work for home health, you have to be trained over there to do that, so that you'll be able to do the documentation.
Well, you have to come in with a certification already, right?
Yes,
in
please.
either department or just in the home health?
In home health, you need to be certified CNA, but in home support, we are some of them that have certificate. We call them like home care workers, and also we have the companions. The
Okay,
companions
okay.
are if a resident needs somebody to socialize with
Sure.
them or work with them, so that's the difference. So when they do that as a companion, they don't need to be certified.
I see.
But at the same time, we still do all the background check and everything to make sure that they are in the compliance.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, this has been informative, and again, welcome to both of you to the show today. And I hope our residents were paying attention to the particular reason you came about the long-term health care.
Yes, yeah.
Great.
Thank you for coming.